You've seen them everywhere, on supermarket shelves, in granola bars, salad toppings, and healthy snack packs. But few people know how almonds are actually grown, or just how far they travel before landing in your hand. Each year, the world consumes over 1.5 million tons of almonds, and more than 80% of them come from one place: California's Central Valley. Behind every almond is nearly a full year of work, from planting and pollination to harvest, processing, and packaging. These tiny nuts grow on trees that bloom for just a few weeks each year. They need sunlight, water, and, most importantly, millions of honeybees to help pollinate the flowers. Once the nuts mature, they're harvested using powerful machines that shake them loose, dried naturally under the sun, and cleaned with incredible precision. Almonds may look simple, but the process behind them is anything but. It takes science, timing, and teamwork to bring each crop from orchard to table. And along the way, farmers must deal with everything from drought and pests to changing market demands. Let's explore how almonds really grow, one step at a time. In California's Central Valley, where the sun shines bright and rainfall is scarce, planting an almond orchard is more than digging holes and dropping in trees. It's a long-term investment, one that can shape a farmer's future for decades. Each year, new almond trees are planted between December and February, when the trees are dormant and the soil is cool. Most farmers use grafted saplings, young trees created by joining the rootstock of a hardy variety with the scion of a high-yielding cultivar. This gives each tree the best chance for survival and productivity. Before planting, the land is carefully leveled and surveyed. A drip irrigation system is often installed first, buried just under the surface. Then, holes are drilled in evenly spaced rows, usually around 15 to 20 feet apart, allowing for proper sunlight, airflow, and future machine access. Once planted, trees are staked for support and mulched at the base to retain moisture and suppress weeds. Labels mark each variety, and rows are tracked digitally, so growers know exactly what's happening in every section of the orchard. But the job doesn't end once the trees are in the ground. In fact, that's when the work really begins. The first 3 years of an almond tree's life are critical. These are the years when the tree won't yet produce almonds, but instead builds its foundation, strong roots, a balanced canopy, and resilience to stress. In this stage, precise irrigation is essential. Most orchards use micro-irrigation systems, delivering water directly to each tree's root zone. This not only conserves water, but also gives farmers control over how much and how often trees are watered. Advanced orchards even use soil sensors and satellite data to fine-tune their irrigation plans. Along with water, young trees need nutrients. Fertilizers, especially nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, are applied through a process called fertigation, mixing nutrients directly into irrigation water for efficient absorption. Pruning is another important task. Each winter, farmers carefully shape the young trees, removing weak or overcrowded branches to encourage strong structure and healthy growth. A well-shaped tree will not only produce better fruit later, but will also be easier to manage and harvest. By year 3, the first small almond crop may appear. By year 5 to 7, the trees will reach full production, capable of producing thousands of nuts per season. And when those blossoms appear in late winter, the next critical chapter begins: pollination by bees. By late February, the almond orchards of California undergo one of the most spectacular and most important transformations in agriculture. The bare branches of thousands of trees suddenly burst into bloom. Delicate white and pale pink flowers cover every limb, stretching across the valley like a soft blanket of snow. It's beautiful, but also urgent. Unlike some crops, almonds are not self-pollinating. They require help. That help comes in the form of millions of honeybees. Every year, almond growers rent over 2 million beehives from beekeepers across the United States. These hives are trucked in and placed at intervals throughout the orchards. As the bees emerge, they begin moving from flower to flower, collecting nectar, and more importantly, transferring pollen between blossoms. When the petals begin to fall and the trees turn green again, the real growing begins. Tiny green almonds start to take shape at the base of each pollinated flower. For the next 5 to 6 months, this small fuzzy shell will grow, harden, and slowly transform into the nut we know. It's a time of quiet growth, hidden behind layers of green. During spring and early summer, almond trees focus their energy on nut development. The outer hull thickens, protecting the shell and kernel inside. By midsummer, that shell begins to harden. Inside, the almond itself, still soft at first, starts to mature. By late July to early August, the almond hulls begin to split open, a clear sign that the nuts inside are nearly ready. This natural cracking, called hull split, allows air to circulate and signals that harvest is near. By late summer, almond orchards begin to shift. The outer green hulls have split open, revealing dry, hardened shells inside. That's the farmer's signal. It's harvest time. Unlike fruits that are hand-picked, almonds are harvested with machines, fast, efficient, and surprisingly precise. It starts with a tree shaker. This tractor-mounted machine grips the trunk of each tree, gives it a strong shake, and in just a few seconds, thousands of almonds fall to the ground like rain. The nuts land beneath the tree, still covered in their hulls, forming a ring around the base. In some orchards, especially where the ground is uneven or cleanliness is a concern, farmers use a modified version of the tree shaking method. Instead of letting the almonds fall directly onto the soil, large canvas catch frames are placed around the base of the tree. When the shaker is activated, the nuts drop gently onto these fabric trays, keeping them clean and reducing contact with dirt or debris. This method is slower but preferred in high-end or organic operations where nut quality is closely controlled. Another emerging method skips shaking altogether. Some modern harvesting machines are designed to strip almonds directly from the branches using flexible arms or rollers. These machines gently pull the nuts from the tree into onboard collectors, minimizing ground contact completely. Though still not widespread, these direct harvest systems are gaining interest for their potential to reduce dust, preserve soil structure, and allow earlier harvesting under certain conditions. Next comes the sweeper, a low rolling machine with rotating brushes that gently pushes the almonds into long, neat rows between the trees. These rows, called windrows, are left to dry naturally in the sun for several days. This step is critical. Sun drying reduces the nut's moisture content and prevents mold or spoilage. Once the almonds are dry enough, another machine comes in to pick them up, loading them into trailers bound for the processing facility. There, the next phase of the journey begins. In just a few days, entire orchards are cleared of the fruit that took all year to grow. Once almonds leave the orchard, they head straight to a processing facility, usually a huller and sheller, where they'll be cleaned, sorted, and stripped of the tough outer layers that still protect the edible nut inside. The first step is removing the hull, the leathery green or brown shell that splits open during harvest. At the facility, almonds pass through mechanical rollers and air jets that separate the hulls from the shells and nuts. The lightweight hulls are often blown away with powerful fans and later used as livestock feed or mulch. Nothing goes to waste. Next comes shelling, where the almonds are freed from their hard, wood-like shells. This is done using precision cracking machines that apply just enough pressure to break the shell without damaging the nut inside. It's a delicate process. If the pressure is too light, the shell stays intact. Too strong, and the almond kernel could break or bruise. After shelling, the almonds go through a series of screens, air separators, and conveyor belts designed to filter out remaining shell pieces, dust, stones, or other debris. The goal is to make sure that what moves forward is pure almond kernel, clean and intact. But even now, not all almonds are ready for packaging. Some may be chipped, scratched, or off-color. So before anything is boxed or roasted, the nuts are carefully sorted by size, shape, and quality, using a mix of cameras, lasers, and trained human eyes. First, almonds pass through optical scanners that use cameras and lasers to check for cracks, blemishes, or off-color kernels. Next, air jets instantly remove any defective ones. After that, trained workers give each batch a final look, because sometimes human eyes still catch what machines miss. Because almonds are often eaten raw or lightly roasted, food safety is a top priority. That's where pasteurization comes in. The most common method is steam pasteurization, a quick blast of hot steam that kills harmful bacteria on the surface, like salmonella, without cooking the nut or changing how it tastes. After pasteurizing, the almonds are quickly dried and cooled to lock in their natural texture and crunch. At this point, the almonds are officially food grade. They're clean, safe, sorted, and ready for whatever comes next: roasting, seasoning, or heading straight to the snack aisle. Almonds may be nutritious on their own, but what really makes them stand out is how they're finished. One of the most common methods is dry roasting, where almonds are placed in large heated drums or ovens. They're slowly tumbled at high temperatures, usually around 300 Fahrenheit to 355 Fahrenheit, for just the right amount of time. This brings out their natural oils, making them crispier, nuttier, and more aromatic. This is the step where almonds go from healthy to exciting, and it's also where brands get creative, offering signature blends that keep consumers coming back. From plain to premium, roasting and seasoning transform almonds from simple seeds into versatile, crave-worthy snacks. At large processing facilities, packaging is handled by automated machines that are fast, clean, and accurate. These machines measure out exact amounts of almonds and fill them into different containers depending on their destination. Some almonds are headed straight for international shipping or wholesale markets. These are packed in large corrugated cartons or heavy-duty sacks, sometimes holding 25 to 50 pounds at a time. For bulk orders, almonds are usually vacuum-sealed or lined with food-grade plastic to maintain freshness during long journeys. These boxes are often palletized, shrink-wrapped, and labeled with traceability codes, allowing buyers to know exactly where and when the almonds were processed. On the other hand, roasted snack almonds are handled very differently. After roasting and seasoning, They're cooled and sent to smaller packing lines. Here, precision dispensers drop exact portions, often 1 to 5 ounces, into bags, pouches, or small plastic tubs. These packages are then heat-sealed for freshness, printed with branding and nutritional labels, and often include resealable zippers for convenience. Once packaged, the almonds are boxed, stacked on pallets, and loaded onto trucks or shipping containers. They're then delivered to warehouses, distributors, stores, or even shipped overseas. If this journey opened your eyes to the hidden life behind everyday food, give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment to let us know what surprised you the most. And don't forget to subscribe to Johnny Discovery for more real stories from the world of farming, food, and the people who make it all happen. Like, share, and follow the trail, because there's always more to discover.